Well, the short answer is no, you shouldn't. I cannot tell you how many times people will call up and they'll say something like, I don't care about anything. Give it all to him. Give it all to her. I just want out. Do you know how many times I've heard that? And that is an emotional decision. That is, I'm fed up, so I just want to be done with this. That's that kind of decision. But you have to understand what that means. That's a waiver of your rights as a spouse. You have certain rights. You have rights to certain things. And taking the approach, oh, I don't care, I just want out, is a waiver of those rights. And what are lawyers for? Lawyers are for protection of the rights. So you got to realize what happens. A person has an entitlement to certain things. It may be a share of the marital home. It may be a share of retirement accounts. It may be a share of non-retirement financial brokerage accounts. It may be a share of, a stock and the values yet to be determined. These are all things that you have a share in. You put your time into the marriage. Just because you want to go out quickly doesn't mean that you should give all that up. You put a lot of effort into this marriage, presumably the same amount as the other person. Why should you allow yourself to give up all your rights just because you happen at this moment you're being driven nuts by somebody, so you just want out? Let's not let the expediency of the situation result in bad long-term decisions, okay? The person's driving you crazy. You can't stand them. All right, that's why you're getting a divorce. Having made the decision to get the divorce, now we have to figure out how are you going to survive in the post-divorce era. You're going to need some money. You're going to need a place to live. You're going to need your share of these financial assets in order to move on with your life. You have to think long-term impact, not short-term gain. Long-term impact means how am I going to live in 6 months, in 9 months, in a year, in 2 years? That's what your lawyer is for. So your lawyer is going to tell you, look, I know you want out. I'm going to try to be a buffer during the next few months so that you won't have the aggravation, but it's also my job to preserve the appropriateness of the distribution, to preserve your rights, to make sure you get what you're supposed to get. So a lot of times people say, I just want out, whatever. And once we preserve their rights and we see what they're entitled to, then a lot of times we'll get the question, is that all I'm entitled to? Don't I get a little more? And then we remind them, wait a minute. A few months ago, you were ready to walk away with the shirt on your back. Now all of a sudden you want more? We preserve your rights. We tell you what we're supposed to get. We tell you exactly what that is. You don't take more. You don't take less. You get what you're entitled to. And that is the appropriate way to handle it. Should you give away everything to your ex just to get out? No, you should not. You should speak to a lawyer, and your lawyer will tell you what's appropriate.
248